Well, a slightly different tact for the review today because we have completed day 3's play and it's been a very big day for England. Ravi, Nas, July 25, lots of things are celebrated on this day. It's National Mango Day. It's National Hammock Day. You'd love a hammock, wouldn't you, Nas, just to relax a little bit. It's National Rat Catcher Day.
Right.
Didn't know that one, did you?
No, I didn't know any of those.
Yeah, I think it might also be National Joe Root Day as well. Simply brilliant.
Most days are when he's in an England
this is
shirt.
true.
He's not had many bad days to him. It's not as a player, anyway. It's incredible. You just, like yesterday with Ricky, we've had Ricky here, obviously, this week, and it was like an air of inevitability that he needed 120, 130, whatever the figure was, and Ricky went, you know what, he'd probably go past it tomorrow. And that's how good he is. Before he's faced a single ball, you think an individual can get that many runs simply because of the form he's in and the consistency. Here is a seriously consistent player, England's greatest ever batter, and he's in second on the list, and he separates two incredible players in Ricky Ponting and Sachin Tendulkar.
Our producer's probably waxing lyrical too because he had punter on for that moment as well.
He did. He doesn't get many things
He doesn't know. He got that one right.
He got that one absolutely spot on.
And 38 Test match hundreds as
terrific.
well. I mean,
how's that for timing? Having Ricky Ponting in the box, he gets his runs. You know, there's certain players when you see them over the years, from a dressing room point of view, you know, the sun is out, Root is batting, there's history in the making, and you tell yourself if he sees that first 20 minutes through, you can go and sleep.
Yeah.
He's going to bat.
Yeah.
He's going to bat and bat big. You know, he just takes it in his stride. It would have been in his mind, all those records, milestones that he's going to go past. But he would have just gone about his job in the manner he does. You know, for me, it's the rhythm, the fluency that he maintains that keeps the tempo going. He's never bogged down.
Yeah.
He's always looking to score. That's because of his footwork. He's always moving at the crease, which is fabulous.
Now, there's no Indian supporters listening, Rav, so can he get past Sachin?
Oh, very much.
Okay.
You know, it's very much. It's on the cards. It's you know, the fact that he said, I'm enjoying my cricket. You know, the good thing, I keep saying this, is he's got a good captain in Stokes who likes to win. He likes to take the game forward. He encourages players to, you know, get on the front foot and, you know, go hard.
Yeah.
And the more England win, I think the more it will keep Root in that frame of mind to play, because I think he needs another 3.5, 4 years. If he's there for that length of time, you know, that's that record, which is no one thought anyone could achieve, is gettable. And if he does get it, I think no one will pass that.
Yep. England trailed by 133 at the start of the day, so it was over to India to find something which they hadn't quite found with the ball at the back end of yesterday, and it was over to the England batters to sort of set things up. So things were sort of even in the sense of both teams had that opportunity to really grab things. India looked as if they had that intensity in the field, but still just couldn't quite find it.
No, we all stood out there this morning and you spoke to Ben Duckett, lovely interview with Ben Duckett, and he said, look, it feels like a batting day. I wish I was 100 not out. I stuck with Stewart in the middle as a bowler. He went, this is a batting day. So I think actually they missed their window of opportunity yesterday with the new ball before tea. That 1 hour, Dinesh Karthik said that could cost them the Test match. That was the opportunity, because to be fair to India as well, they've been on the wrong end of overhead conditions. They batted with cloud cover and the lights on, and England after tea yesterday, it got bluer, the sky got bluer, and today was just bright sunshine. But I also don't think India quite have got their tactics right. You know, who took the new ball, the balance of the side, some of the Washington Sundar just bowling. You know, when it did get a bit flatter, Washington Sundar, at one stage he had figures of 11 overs, 2 for 30 or something. And you think
67 overs to get him into the attack.
Why just 11 overs at that stage?
Yeah.
And it was an anomaly that he ended up being their best bowler. They looked a bit tired walking off this evening, I have to be honest. So that's obvious with 544 on the board. But Bumrah and Siraj, the two of them, had to be dragged off that field. They looked tired.
Tired and probably injured too, Rav. Bumrah went off with an ankle injury at some stage.
Both of them. Both of them have suspect ankles, you know, and which you've got another Test match coming up. Not much gap between the two Test matches, just 3 or 4 days. So it's going to be hard. But I just thought tactically too, you know, but Nas mentioned Washington Sundar. He took 4 wickets in the last game. I mean, and then you bring that bloke after 67, 69 overs. I mean, what does it tell that player? Here I've taken 4. I should be like a front runner, bowling within the first 30, 35 overs. And you getting me on after 69, and then he takes the first 2 wickets. So tactically, I thought they were found wanting. I thought Siraj should have taken the new ball yesterday instead of giving it to Kambuj, who's a new, playing his first Test match. That let the pressure off England. Then the bouncer tactic, which they 24 hours late, they tried the round the wicket stuff. That should have been tried yesterday when the bowlers were fresher.
At about 5 p.m. when you're tired.
When you're tired after 120 overs,
Yikes.
That should have been tried yesterday to see if they could have made further inroads. So I thought, tactically, a lot was missing.
Yep. So how tough is that then for Shubman Gill as a young captain? Because he'll be inundated with, you could have done this, you should have done that. How does he sort of sit back and reflect on it all?
Especially as a young Indian captain, because there is no middle ground. So when he was getting 260 or whatever he got at Edgbaston and winning Test matches, it's all like, who was Virat Kohli, who was Rohit Sharma. We've moved on. This generation has moved on. And then you have a couple of bad games and it goes away for you and the series starts going away from you. Then every decision is picked on. The key for him is stay off your phone, stay off social media. You're a young, learning captain. Learn from this experience. It's like being a cricketer, it's like being a batter, a bowler, whatever. You're not the end product when you start off. Same with captaincy. You will learn as you go along, and he's just got to make sure he learns from this experience.
And I'll cite an example of Virat when he took over. He was the other way as far as Shubman goes. He was ultra aggressive. Where you had to, at times from the dressing room, calm him down, especially with field placing. It was a case of as if he wanted 5 wickets every session of play. It doesn't happen. Sometimes you've got to, respect the conditions and set fields accordingly. And that's why I think the team management, becomes now crucial in helping someone like Shubman Gill over the first year and a half. I think then he'll learn. The senior players in the side, they have to start being accountable and be able to set their own fields, have their own ideas. Because that should come from the bowlers as well. Okay, I want to try this now, Captain. What do you think? Rather than the captain going and telling them, if they played 50, 60 Test matches and more, it should be them going and telling the captain, listen, I need to take a wicket and I want to set this kind of field. That's what Stokes does. He thinks how he's going to, disrupt things and find ways of breaking partnerships.
It's a perfect segue, really. We go from the young captain of Gill to the senior captain of Ben Stokes. And there was a bit of chat about the lack of cricket he had coming into this series, and could he find some form? He certainly found it with the ball. Can he do that with the bat? He was reserved, I guess, as Joe Root was going about breaking records left, right and centre, but he's found himself in. And the capability, yes, he went off with cramp, came back on again today, but the chance of picking up 3 figures.
Yeah, and the key comment there was he's found it with the ball. Can he find it with the bat? I do think as an all-rounder, the two things are linked. When one of your suits is going well, I think the other one does pick up. And also when he's not bowling because he's not been able, because he's injured, I think Ben Stokes is the sort of character that likes to be involved all the time. I think it takes away massively from his batting when he's not bowling. He sort of has to drift. I know he's captain, but he has to drift through 100 overs or whatever, and then suddenly he has to be involved all the time. He's an all-in sort of bloke, and I think that the fact that he is back bowling, putting in big shifts and getting wickets, that will definitely, and has already helped his batting. He's found some consistency, actually. We put his scores. He hasn't got a big score, but he's got a lot of 30s and 40s. That's why tomorrow morning it's quite important that he could go on and get 100.
We talked about the audition potentially for Liam Dawson. He probably will get picked going to Ashes, but if he's at the other end helping Ben Stokes get through this, that's probably the best thing he could ever do.
Best thing, and he looked the part today. For someone playing after 8 years, temperamentally he looked absolutely sound. He came across as a bloke who, likes a contest. He wants to compete. All perfect signs. If you're going to Australia, you need a hard nut there. Someone who wants to be in the thick of battle, and he's shown all the qualities. And I think he has a role to play in the second innings. With that ball, bowling into the rough to the left-handers and even to the right-handers. He'll get some purchase from that surface. especially with the pacey bowls.
Yep. OK, let's quickly cast our minds forward to tomorrow. Day 4, so still plenty of time in this test match to play out. What's Ben Stokes thinking in terms of runs ahead and time?
I think the pitch is the key thing now. Sometimes I have played here in the past and it always looks like it's going to get really uneven and spin massive, and it does only a bit more. Stokes will now, having got a lead, and they'll probably get the lead above 200, they'll then want this pitch really to deteriorate and then spin and then get uneven. There were signs of it, weren't there, today, where it getting underground from the Anderson end and a bit of bounce from the other, but I think all eyes will be on the pitch. England will be desperate for it to just start misbehaving with a lead.
OK, lead of 186 at the moment, Rav. India, Rishabh Panty might come out and hobble around and bat, but it's uphill for them, isn't it?
Yeah, uphill. First bowl them out quickly. Bowl England out quickly, that'll be the aim, and then play normal cricket. There's still 2 days to go. You can't think too far ahead of drawing the game or winning the game. Just have a good day 4 of cricket and then see what happens.
OK, well, this series has thrown it all at us already, so I'm tipping it's not just going to be one of those test matches that just peters out at some stage. There'll be something in it on day 4, so join us then for the review at the start of the day's play right here on the Cricket Channel.